Today we will be going over the Hairy and Scary update in the public test patch right now for update 0.2.0, and I am absolutely excited for this one. Axel is coming to a theater near you very soon. September 30th will be the release date, and I did not get on the public test build, just like the majority of you out there, so I have not fought Homeboy yet, but we're going to be going over all the patch notes today, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, obviously, new features, the boss fight against Axel here. So the recipe to fight Axel is going to be in the world. Now, if you guys are like me and you just want to know where it is so you can find it, it is in the terrarium where Axel escaped from, that's sitting in the yard. I'm sure the majority of you know where that is. And there's going to be a new mutation that's coming with Axel. Now, I don't know what that is, but I am curious to see what the mutation is so I could put it into some kind of build if it's useful. I don't know if it's just extra damage for attacking him alone or if it's for something else. I guess I'll have to find out when I kill him for myself. And with him also comes 2 new trinkets. Hopefully I could use those trinkets in some kind of wicked build because I really like the rogue class. Hopefully it's got something to do with that, or at least something that's powerful or at least worth using, because some of the stuff they got in the game right now is just, some of it's trash. Nobody wants to use it, like the spears and stuff. And they're going to be adding some furniture, a candle, a throne, and a chest. I cannot wait to see what the throne looks like, but I'm also hoping that the chest is going to have a lot more space in it, because we definitely need bigger chests. I'm getting sick of the small guys. I keep running out of space. I mean, I got 80 days in my world and I need some more inventory. And of course, we're getting a Axel stuffed creature and a wall mount. Now, I'm hoping that the stuffed bit is an absolutely enormous, but not as big as the actual like boss, because that would be a little bit ridiculous to try to build a base that can accommodate that size of a creature. But I'm hoping it's at least 2 to 3 times bigger than the wolf spider stuffed creature. I think that would be absolutely amazing, and I could put him on top of my church that I built for him, and I think it would look absolutely amazing. And of course, with Axel, we're getting new weapons and a new armor set, and I'm super excited to see what the armor set's all about and see what kind of bonus we could work into some kind of build. Now, there's going to be a spear that comes with him. I'm not super excited about the spear. I'm not a spear person in Grounded. I know some people are, but I will go ahead and check it out and probably make a build around it. But I'm most excited for the great bow. And you can make arrows from him. Like, are you kidding me? I love bows. I love being the ranger class for the most part. I like the ranger with a mix of rogue class. Like, keep my bow and have certain mutations on that I do extra damage and just like pelt them from a distance. And when they get close, just hit them with the daggers. It's a perfect build. But adding the Axel Great Bow, I hope it does so much more damage that it's like almost a one-shot kill for the build, because I am excited about that. And they're replacing the construction radial with Build M. I have no idea what this is about. Maybe someone in the comments could let me know, because I have not watched anything about the Axel fight at all, or anything about the beta test going on, or anything posting videos. I'm keeping everything an absolute secret. And we also got the Halloween update coming. Now, I'm super excited about this. Apparently there's new spooky ambiances. I have no idea what that's going to entitle, but there is a trick or treatery building, can be bought from the ranger station. Now, I don't know if that's to make like extra decorations with like candy corns and stuff that you find around the yard, kind of like they did in the first one, but I'm assuming it's going to be kind of the same thing. But the new spooky ambiance is like, what are they going to replace, or what are they going to add? Is there going to be like jack-o'-lantern somewhere, or like spooky lighting? Maybe some vampires flying through the sky? Nobody knows. But this Halloween update is going to be only available in October. So if you want to participate and get your Halloween trickery on, you guys are going to have to play in October. They are also bringing some new buildings, which includes the wolf spider rug. Super excited about that one. And then we got grass quarter triangle floor, stem quarter triangle floor, and a bunch of new pine expansions here. We got Pine Wall B, half Pine Wall B. So we got new walls. We got new pine table, a pine stool, a lounger, and a skull mount. Oh, I love when they add more building stuff because I'm a builder myself. Like, I cannot wait to play with this new decor stuff and new walls. And then we also have a scorpion bed and scorpion lamp coming in. Cannot wait to see what those things look like. I could just imagine the scorpion bed having like the claws coming off at the bottom of it or something, or maybe it like having the stingers, the headboard. I think that would be pretty sweet. And a scorpion lamp, yes sir, I will take it. And they added the prey mantis armor set, which is something I was not expecting myself, but I am glad that they add that. But it says only new armor. I don't think there's any new weapon that comes with the mantis here. And then they also did some quality of life feature updates. Let's go ahead and go through these. Set bonus information is now available via the Explore pop-up. All right, a little bit of UI updates here. Hot pouch is now available while riding the buggy. Beautiful. Hot pouch is now permanent in the inventory screen. So maybe it's going to pop up at the bottom so you could like see what's on your hot bar instead of like having to hit the button to like assign it to the hot bar maybe. And Orb Weaver now won't receive fall damage. That's interesting. So our Orb Weaver mounts no longer going to take damage when he falls? That's a pretty nice quality of life improvement. I fell off a few items that was like, it felt like it was 5 foot high, but I still fell off. Improvement of Orb Weaver navigation. Now this might be significant here. I was getting hung up on a lot of little stuff with the Orb Weaver. I don't know if you guys were too, but I'm assuming so. I was getting caught on like little dirt clumps, little rocks, creatures. Like I was getting stuck in grass sometimes, like it wouldn't move out the way. So hopefully that's a little bit better. It can make navigation a little bit quicker through the yard, hopefully. Improvement on the repair button for buggies. Interesting. And now the Scabby emits a small light at night. So I'm assuming the Scabby that's on your arm is going to emit a light at night now. That's kind of cool. So the controller feedback for throwing starts as soon as the input is pressed. Cool little addition. Improvement on feedback for the lean-to interaction. So it's just like some quality of life improvements here. I'm not going to go over every single thing because look at how much they fixed. Like this is absolutely crazy how much they went through here. Now they made some combat tweaking. They changed some weapons, some critical hit chances and stuff. And basically they nerfed some armor. They nerfed some weapons. We all seen this coming because the rogue set was way too powerful. So baseline of critical hit damage multiplier has been reduced overall. Stun damage multiplier has been reduced. Parry stun reduced. And rogue armor critical hit chance is slightly reduced. So I figured they would change the critical hit chance for the rogue set because it was just so ungodly powerful. It was so much better than every other class that the go-to was just the rogue class. None of the other classes performed as well. So it's kind of nice that they're balancing it out, but also kind of sucks because I'm not going to feel like, the god among the park. Dual wield final damage multiplier slightly reduced. So they're even taking down dual wield final damage. So that goes for like the great sword and daggers. Critical hit chance for falling weapons has been reduced. All the daggers have been reduced. Mosquito needle, mighty claws, northern shredders. So yeah, they're definitely adjusting for how good the rogue set is. Hopefully it's still a good build. Fist weapons attacks deal less stuns, adjusted mutations as well. Bow damage has been reduced. Now I'm not a fan of that, but the fact that we get the axle bow in this update too, I might be able to let it go. Because I'm after a one-shot build with the Ranger class, but I guess they're trying to say it was like a little bit too powerful. So they had to reduce the bow damage. And they made some trinket changes here. So Stabby Stinger deals bonus stabbing damage with finishers. Blistering Boiler, spicy damage, and sizzle has been reduced. Oh man, the top tier trinket has been nerfed. Blistering Boiler, that is the absolute best trinket in the game right now. And they gotta nerf it? Come on. The Myrmecologist, I can't even pronounce that right. Badge, attack damage, downside reduced. Okay. And we got some further armor adjustments here. Northern armor. Crippling strike set bonus immobilizes the target for a short duration instead of stunning it. Ambush attacks only work on angry creatures like the mutation. So a little bit of a nerf there. Grub armor, quick charge bonus is no longer removed when switching weapons. Oh, I never had a problem with this, but apparently they fixed it. Mutation adjustments, ambush. Dagger critical hit damage multiplier has been reduced. Of course, they're going to make it even worse. Ambush only works on angry creatures. That's interesting. So I can't use the ambush feature on snails and stuff now? Only on angry creatures. Okay. Ambush unlock progression only counts against angry creatures. So they reduce the critical hit damage multiplier. That is significantly gonna alter the build for the rogue class. I don't like what they're doing. Dash strike critical hit chance has been reduced. Oh, they're just nerfing it across the board. Critical hit damage with daggers and sickles has been reduced. Oh, wow. Well, I guess I'll have to test out the rogue build for you guys and see if it's still a viable class to play with all these nerfs going on. Smasher mutation, the double multiplier while creatures are stunned, has been increased. So they make Smasher stronger. They've been reducing all the assassin stuff. Sharpshooter, critical hit chance with charge shots has been reduced. So they're making the bow class worse because the ranger build was kind of powerful. Little Fist, Mastery Stun reduced slightly. Reliable Friend, revive time has been adjusted. Hopefully it's quicker because the revive time sucked, even with the mutation maxed out. Turret damage against orc creatures has been reduced. Okay, this one I could probably agree with because the turret damage was quite insane. Like just a couple shots and you could take out the entire orc wave in like a couple seconds. Bombarder Beetle resists stabbing instead of smashing damage. Weakness to fresh has been reduced. So they made bombarders harder to fight. Wolf Spider resists to stabbing has increased. Health increased. They gave the Wolf Spider more health. So they purposely made him harder to kill. And the Praying Mantis too. Health increased. Oh no. So they're trying to make like the apex predators of the park even stronger. Not exactly in my favor. Optimization. This is what we've all been waiting for. They added some general performance improvements across the board. Now they don't mention how much of an increase, so I guess we'll just have to figure that out. And they're adding graphics options so we could adjust it, make our game more stable, run a little bit better. And I'm assuming that all of these options are only for PC side only. So unfortunately, me on the console am not going to get these options. But if I do have the options, like, whoo, I'd be super surprised. And with all these options that people could play with, you could make your game way more stable. You can make it run better, which means it'll crash less. It'll be like a huge fixing point for a lot of people's performance issues. They're estimating around a 15% stability gain from the last update, which is a bold claim to take, but you know what? Any stability gain is a good gain. And then it goes into a whole lot of fixes here, but we'll just go over the major bug fixes here. So buggies are no longer affected by fix bugs locations from the game repair menu. So when you hit the fix bugs locations, that's just supposed to fix the bugs on the map, like the wild bugs. But it was also sometimes affecting your buggy, so hopefully that is fixed here. They fixed various crashes. Fixed crash when loading a world with customized armor stand built. Fix some memory leaks that would lead to an out of memory crash, which I have been having a lot of those. So hopefully that is fixed on my end. I don't know if you guys are having the same issue. Let me know below. 50% of the GPU hangups experienced in the last update should be fixed with this one. That's a bold claim. 50% of the hangups fixed. We'll see. Having a full inventory and a two-handed weapon on a buggy will no longer result in losing the weapon. I'm super hoping that this one is finally fixed because I've lost a lot of weapons with this. So if you have a full inventory and you're holding a two-handed weapon and you jump on your buggy and you switch to a torch and then you jump off, your weapon is gone. I've had it happen at least 4 or 5 different times and I had to remake all my weapons. Absolutely sucked. Supposedly, they resolved the issue where backpacks could fall underground after a player's death, which could also be fixed with the game repair option of recovering backpacks. They fixed some more duplication methods, but I'm sure people are going to find out how to keep duping. Resources will no longer respawn on high foundations. I'm not sure what's up with that one, but I know I'm having the issue of grass growing back up through my structures. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there still having that issue, and I'm hoping with this update somewhere, just to somewhere in this massive list, that they fix the grass problem, because that is absolutely aggravating. Every time I come back to my base, that thing is just full of grass. It looks like somebody forgot to mow the lawn for a couple years, and it's just tearing my house apart. They fix various out of the world gaps in the terrain, so we can't get out of the map anymore. And they do note in here, any fixes to any map in any way has a chance to move geometry. So, quote unquote, your base. And as a result, after. And it looks like in the future, they're going to have like future maps where they could show like what batches of the map are going to be changed, so they could see if it's going to affect your base or not. Now, I've had this happen to me. I had my first base, it was on top of a rock, and they changed some geometry stuff. My entire base was floating, so I had to build an entire floor foundation to connect it back to the earth so it didn't collapse. So there's probably going to be a whole lot more of that going on as the early access develops. And they have a couple more performance and stability fixes here. So they resolved an issue where alternating between players and Buggy's backpack and resource analyzer could result in game crash. I've had this happen quite a bit, just like switching between inventories quickly, make me crash a whole bunch. So that is nice to see there. Fixing the issue where Grounded 2 did not launch properly on Steam Deck. Hopefully that is fixed for you guys over on the Steam Deck. Tweaked flickering on distant environment on the Xbox Series S. Now I play on the X, but I've also had the flickering issue, so hopefully they fixed it across the board, not just for the one. Correct an issue where frame rate drops significantly when players are joining the game with teens in different locations. I've had this issue before. Anytime I get like a huge distance away from the person I'm playing with, it starts dropping in frames significantly. And then if you don't like start getting closer towards each other, it'll just eventually crash. Freezes have been fixed when joining multiplayer sessions. I have not encountered that one, but I've had the problem where we're running through the map together and the person I'm playing with will just freeze. They'll just freeze in place for like a couple seconds, up to like 30 seconds, up to like a minute. And sometimes they'll just drop out of the game completely. So hopefully they fix that too. They fix an issue where their FPS drop below 20 when browsing the radial menu. Now, I did have this issue over on the Xbox. Every time I opened up the radial menu, like everything in the background moved really slow and looked really weird. So it'd be nice to have that fixed up. And I am not going to be going over the rest of the fixes here because we just got like we got UI corrections here. We got some buggy issues that they fixed, some audio, localization, quests and progression, gameplay. Woo, look at that. That's such a big list. And a whole bunch of other fixes on top of that. But that is all we're going to be going over in today's update here. Let me know if you guys are excited about Axel as I am. I cannot wait to kick his hairy little butt. And I can't wait to check out the Halloween update too that they're going to have coming up. And I'm just plain excited about Ground 2. Love the game so far. I think they're doing a great job. Let me know what you guys think below. Smash that like button, subscribe to see some more awesome content by me, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!